Okay, so Mary, if you had to sum up your London experience into a couple words or a few words, of either like our experience there or like what your views about London, how would you do it? What would be those words?
Well, first off, I want to say I had a really good time in London, so don't take this the wrong way. Number one, crowded.
Yes.
I was in a 20-bed hostel. It was 3 beds. Each bunk was 3 beds. I was on the top bunk of my particular one. So that was crowded, as well as just the city of London was just filled with people. We went to Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus. It's just people sitting on fountains, on monuments, everywhere. It is just a lot of people. Second word I'd have is expensive. Everything was super expensive. If you look at something and you're like, gosh, I wouldn't pay $5 for that, but it's £5, and pounds is like $1.67. So just like, okay, I wouldn't pay $5 for that, and I sure as heck am not paying $8.50 for that, or whatever the conversion is. It's not right, I already know. Anyway, it was very expensive, but still, I mean, it's London. Okay. The next one I have is street markets and food stalls, and that was a good thing. I really enjoyed all the markets, like the food markets, the street markets. It was like a big, like everybody was selling like fresh food or homemade like things, like different clothes, like flea markets selling old things, new things. And the food at the food stalls at these food markets were very good. It was street food. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I have bookshops. Kelsey and I spent a lot of time looking for books at bookshops because we were in England and everything was in English, and it was so nice. We could finally shop for books in a place where most of the books were in English, and we didn't have to go to one bookshelf that was designated as English. And my last thing is from our last night in London. We stayed at the London Stansted Airport, and I just have English newspaper, Sudoku, cappuccino, chocolate raisinets.
So you have words just for that night?
Yeah, well, pretty much I just had English newspaper, and that reminded me of the Sudoku that we did while we were eating raisinets, and I was drinking a giant cappuccino, and it was really nice. Yes. Didn't get very much sleep that night, but that's what I have about London.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
All right.